This club, man, this club, they never just make it easy. Manchester United don't ever make it easy. And it's crazy because this game we had it in the first half. Like we had this game. I mean, we're not performing at our best. This was not our best performance in any sense, right? But compared to what Tottenham brought in the first half, I feel like we could have sealed off the game in the first half, and then whatever the case may be in the second half, it would have been whatever it is you get. But the fact that this whole second half collapse we've been having now, I think in 3 games, is crazy, is completely crazy. And I can't get on to the players or even the manager because we saw how the game went. Like Sesko leaving injured was just the point where everything collapsed. That was the point where nothing was clicking anymore. And playing with 10 men, Manchester United can't do it. They just can't do it. So it was just sad to see Sesko come off injured, and then seeing how we just collapsed, man. I like, and you can't, like I said, it all boils down to the fact that we were playing with one man down. You get, so there is really not much you can criticize. But yeah, maybe the negative for me, like I said earlier, is the fact that we could have sealed up this game in the first half and then hope for the best in the second half, like taking our chances and all of that. And then Cunha, right? I've said this in my previous videos, right? Cunha is a very fantastic player, but when it comes down to his shot, his shot power this season has been short of what we know Cunha for, no pun intended. And it's like, bro, you're getting into those positions, you're creating spaces for yourself, you are actually taking the shot, but it's just coming off weak. And you can see that from one of the chances in the first half. So and then um I think that chance ended up being offside. I think it ended up being offside, but nonetheless, it's like seeing how the game went in general, the fact that we finished this game um two two shots on target, 2 goals, right? Is It just shows how, honestly, it just shows the standard at which we played that game. And I don't know what it is, whether I'm like looking at the fact that we're always playing at the opponent's level. If we're playing like a team that we know would really give us stress, you see how we put in this top performance and all of that. But maybe enough of the negative. Let's get into the positive. The fact that the team was able to still build on and show resilience and still go on to get a point. I think that's credit to the team because you can't, bro. Last season we were not doing that. Last season we were not, like, we were losing that game and we were losing it. In fact, we held on too long, in my opinion. So it's like, yes, us going to get the draw, maybe that's where you can give credit, but I'm not still confident in this team. Like, you can still see those bits and pieces of traits from last season, like all of this. Bro, this season, yeah, we've not played any game where we are starting off with high intensity and we're finishing with high intensity. There is always, is either, like, we don't sustain a particular intensity throughout the game. And the only time we're playing high intensity is from when we're losing. The moment, it's almost like it's until we see ourselves struggling the game before. Because look at that Tottenham game. If we played the way we played to push for that draw, right? You would see how, like, we wouldn't need to suffer, right? We would have finished up that game in the first half. Like, the game, I don't know. Like, it's just mixed feelings for me right now in terms of the fact that you know there's really nobody to blame. But credit to Casemiro. Like, Casemiro this season has actually been going under the radar. Like, he's play. I don't know. Maybe it's the one game a week, right? But he is putting up a very, 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 very Casemiro like type of performance. I mean, Obviously not compared to the time he was at Real Madrid, but nonetheless, he's holding down that midfield. I think he has the most tackles so far in the Premier League this season, and that is he deserves his flowers, man. He deserves his flowers. So really, there's no much thought to give into the game for me. Like I can just give the team some sort of recognition to the fact that they were able to grind out the draw. But yet, bro, this game we should have won. And when you think about the kind of points we've lost, right? Okay, let's not even go far. Maybe the Nottingham Forest and this Tottenham game. These were 4 points that we could have gotten, and we know where we would be in on the table. At this point, it's almost like Manchester United in second place is view ones. You see us there first half. By the end of the game, we've dropped back down to reality. So it's like, bro, I don't know if it's me, if my standards are high, or maybe like I'm finding it hard to grind out this process. But yeah, that draw was actually very very painful in my opinion. Like seeing us go behind, I was not, bruh. But yeah, you guys, we're going into the intentional break now, so not much, but we'll see how everything goes at the end. Guys, please like the game is pissing me off. Can't lie, man.